On the workbench is my Kraton 8S. I'm gonna need a bigger bench. So here's the Kraton 8S. Had a couple of mishaps while we were outside bashing, but all in all, none the worse for wear. It doesn't look like anything is broken except maybe the ramp. I guess we'll have to fix that. I mean, the first thing you'll notice is it does have an aftermarket body. I picked up this Brute body from Proline. I really liked the shape of it. I liked how it looked. It's a little taller than the original, and I wanted something a little bit different. So you can see that I purchased some aftermarket, the clips here, so it matches just like the stock ones, and I got the bars for the top. And in doing this, you'll see that I also bought the brace for the roof, but it didn't fit and it didn't mesh with this piece right here because this body is taller. So I actually wound up 3D printing this part here. As it sits, you'll see the body doesn't actually make contact with the thing. So I modeled this piece. This fits between the roof brace and the body, and you'll see it's got these tabs that can mesh, and it's got the slots up top. So it basically just extends and offsets the original design of the roof bars into the body and allows the Proline body, which is a little bit taller, to still attach into the body to give that rigidity and that support in case it flips over, which, as we've seen, it tends to do when I drive the car. So that was one of the first things that I did. The next thing is I picked up a set of these rock guards. I will admit, I thought they were for the back. They're not. They go on the front. So that was one of the things that I bought. I like that because just driving it, you know, here in the Northeast in the grass and stuff like that, just a ton of debris gets in there, and they really do stop a lot of the debris from getting in there. Then I found these mud flaps for the back online on Thingiverse. I'll put a link in the description below to the STL. I don't remember who modeled them. They were made, I think, for the first version of the Kraton 8S. They didn't have a cutout here for the A-arm, or they mounted a little different. I just didn't like the way they fit, so I remixed them so that they fit better. And I will make sure that I upload my STL, and I'll put a link in the description for these mud guards, these remix mud guards, as well as this adapter to fit between the roof brace and the body itself. The other thing that I did was I purchased the front bumper for the Outcast 8S. I had read online that it fits onto the Kraton, and it did. It fit flawlessly without any problems. So I put that on because, as you can see, I tend to hit things, so I figured a bumper was a good idea. But other than that, it's still stock. I mean, if you take a look at it, everything is still in great shape. I've been bashing it around quite a bit. I haven't had any issues. I haven't had any issues with the motor overheating. You know, when I first got it, I did have a weird issue with the wheels turning, but it turned out my servo saver was over too far, so I just unhooked it, recentered it, put it back on, and I had no problems at all. But otherwise, the truck is just a beast. Yeah, I have to say, this is the largest RC that I've ever driven. It was my first entry into fifth scale, and it's just amazing. I love driving it. It's fast. I am gonna probably upgrade the pinion gear. I picked up another one to see if I can get the gearing a little bit faster and see what we can do there. But other than that, it really is just stock, and I've been bashing it around quite a bit. I've crashed it quite a lot. I haven't had any issues with the chassis bending or anything like that. It just works. The other thing that I did was I vented the tires because it's quite wet up here in the Northeast. So, you know, if I'm driving it in the fall or any of that with the wet weather, especially in the wet grass, I wanted to make sure the tires were vented. Another thing I did was I picked up these hot racing wheel hexes. The ones that come with it are open, and a lot of dirt was getting in there and getting into the hub, and it was just annoying me. Plus, these look really, really cool. And one thing I will recommend that you pick up is, this is the wrench that comes with it, and it works fine, but it was kind of chewing up the nuts that came with the car, so I picked this guy up. This one is fantastic. It just fits right over it. It's a little smoother. It really lets you grab it and crank down on it much easier to get these guys on and off. You can see it comes just like that. So it really is fantastic. So I really recommend picking this up so you don't scratch the nuts you have. The edges of this are a little rough, and it was really scratching the hell out of the nuts themselves. So that was another thing that I highly recommend you pick up. That's my Kraton 8S. It is a fantastic car. It runs great. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it. I really have a blast driving it. So again, if you like the content that we're producing, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video and hit that bell so you'll know every Tuesday when new videos are coming out. Thanks for watching.